ADD fan. How are we guys doing this evening? What would you like to talk about? Today on the news, we're going to bring you the latest gossip. We are ADD. Ain't nobody's ADD like me. I say, come on now. Well, I just punched myself in the eye. Too much fun. Might calm down. Quit spazzing. Oh, come on, guys. I just hit myself in the eye. Oh, shucks. Getting too old for this. Smoke another one, Mike. Yeah, boy. Oh. Going full ADD spaz mode tonight, ladies and gents. Straight ADD. I seriously just punched myself in the eye. Get an F. I hope that's entertaining. And damn, I hit my own self at 9. Now my eyes effed up. Oh well. On for today's program. That really messed me up, though. No BS. Okay. Wow. The air's blowing right in my eye. That's crazy. Wow, that's crazy. I just gave myself a fucking shiner just sitting here farting around, punching myself in the eye. For real. That sucks. Okay. Well, so on for today's program. I can't wait to go back and look and see what I did. Punched myself in the eye. I seriously had to hit my eye. It's watering, it's tearing. It's getting red. I said just punched myself in the eye. Okay, so what we're going to talk about. So I had a couple things I was going to throw out there. There's very few people that know all about everything that I do them into, whom when I mess with. I've said on quite a few of these videos, but unless you've kept up with me the whole way, you're not going to know most of this. So I've been rubbing shoulders and becoming friends with as many upper echelon people and dudes as I can, right? So I've said this before, but this is going to be news to all the people who just started watching. So I made friends with quite a few people, and I smothered myself in the mob genre. So I'm friends with like everybody in the mob genre on Facebook, like old mob bosses, Riggiano, and all these mob and ex-mob, and their dad were mob. They're all on this within this same realm of people, you know. Like if you start smothering yourself, you know, in the mob genre, etc., you're gonna wind up seeing a lot of the same guys, right? This is how I met friends with most of them. I met Alan Gunnar Lindblom through there. So did some others. There's a lot of big names that come on there. Anyways, so one of them is Luis Lombardi. He was in Sopranos. He's done all kind of stuff. Louis Lombardi, right? So I saw him on there, and he was in one of these. I seen him in a couple of these chat rooms, right? So I hit him up, and I just started talking to him, and just like the rest of the other dudes, I just started to build a rapport and become friends with him, right? He'll post something, I'll do the same stuff as I do with the other guys. Tell him stuff. He's got a dog, Bruno, and I would say, yay, Team Bruno, and just a small example of, you know, becoming friends with this guy. So we become buddies, and like I said, everything he's posted in the past couple of years, I've commented to. So, you know, rub shoulders with. So I made friends with him. So after all this time, at the very beginning when I first met him online, I started talking to him and telling him my ideas about I am ADD's advocate, right? And was feeling him out, right? And at that point, he was basically like saying, good luck. And I just wanted to break ground with him. So now, after a couple of years into this, I tell him yesterday, check me out. I said, I told him, I said, I got a lot of crazy ass stories, next level coincidences, that are bomb. Go check it out, So he gives me the heart and a thumbs up. So, like I said, this is probably news to, I guess a lot of people don't know much about me. This is what I've been doing. This is the time I've been investing the past 3 years. And really, I didn't pursue it till I came on here a year and some change ago, right? But I had already, stuck my feet or my claws in years ago, to dream up to something. But it really wasn't until my best friend killed himself a year and a half ago that something, light bulb went off in my head, So I'd like to start putting some stuff together and maybe putting, making collages and this, that, and whatever and show you people's shown faces, with my buddies, people I talk about. Maybe I can start to get better with it. But, it takes time and energy. Time and energy is something a commodity I don't have, So that's what it is, what I do. I finally said something, like I said, Louis Lombardi. You look him up, like I say, he's on Sopranos. Just become friends with. Anybody can do this, a lot of these people were, like some have said, just your average Joe, no different, just a little different. So I asked him, to go check me out and talk to some of his friends, send some of his friends to come see some of my videos, And like I said, he gave me a heart and thumbs up. So that's a news drop. And I did the same for Seth. The last time that I met Seth, he, as soon as I got there, for people who don't know, I bring them some gifts, a bunch of badass knives. The first time and the second time I met him, I bring gifts for quite a few people, and he had a big smile on his face this next time when I came to see him. And as soon as I walked in, he gave me a hug and got right on and I've said this, he got right on the phone, started getting video chats. He called all them guys with me, right? He called Sinister Monopoly. We had a video chat. You saw the one with Ryan, and I had another video chat with Gunnar Allen Lindblom. So that was awesome, So I sat down with him and told him a couple of the coincidences, right? And showed him what I was telling you, how he could validate that I really did get an invitation to the Illuminati. He saw some of that crazy shit, okay? So, push come to shove, I can get him to vouch that. Anyway, so I hit him up and tell him, the stories, the coincidences and all that. It never stopped. Not only did it not stop, but it's gone in overdrive, right? Look at these coincidences. I mean, it's a mind F to me too now, right? To be thinking about this. A lot of people, I don't know what people think, but I could imagine if I was on the outside looking in, I'd be thinking, wow, I hope I'm not alone. And there again, I've been putting the whatchamacallit, I've been putting the work in. I've been putting the work in, and so these coincidences started amplifying, right? These, like I said, I never even thought about a coincidence 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. So, and there again, like I said, I wrote an entire book already, but it doesn't have anything to do with coincidences. So I think that's needs to be revamped. I'm not sure, my first book out, I want to be bomb, obviously want to be a killer, Wouldn't you be thinking the same, First I thought about 2 books, and now I'm thinking, if we have time, 1 book out. My first book for sure gotta be bomb. And truthfully, I've been reading a couple of other books in the mix of this. I'm still not done reading Ryan's book, and there's 2 other authors that I respect their writing, and so I've got a long way to go before I put my book out. And if I ever live long enough and can afford it, I want to do a documentary. Started at 13. Steve Caballero, a guy that plays part in the story, didn't even know it until a year or 2 ago, right? So you should know the story by now. I had 2 skateboards, a kid, a Steve Caballero and a Lance Mountain, and both those guys came to Marietta, and my sister went on a double date with those 2 guys. That's one of like a couple of coincidences alone where there's 2 people involved. That's one of them. So this happened when 13, right? It never even dawned on me, like, putting the 2 together until a year and a half, 2 years ago, right? Light bulb never went off. I did a video with Alan Gunnar Lindblom, and after it was seeing the number 322, our number together, I'm seeing it like all the time, right? And the light bulb never went off. And the crazy shit, at the same time, this guy Donut, conspiracy guy I follow, he's doing videos on 322, but yet my ADD brain missed it. That's part of the downfall. So what do you do? Right, what do you do but try to do better? What else can you do but try to do better? So let's ponder over some of this, huh? What do you think? So that happened at 13. So since then I've met, so I've talked to Steve Caballero for a year and a half now, right? We're friends. And I used to mention, every time he posts, I would mention a story for like the first year, right? Then I realized, I need to just chill out and just be his friend. So I've been working towards that. And way back when, I think, his answer was, I need to come up with some money before he would speak, before I would let him tell the story together. And there again, my buddy Donovan, I was trying to get in. He's that, and there was another crazy, okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, there's one more way out there, good one, wild one. So I was in rehab at 15, right? And there again, you had to watch quite a few videos to know this. I was in rehab with several people, right? One of the guys was this guy, Brian, I think his name was Andy, Adam. I don't even remember his name, right? Maybe it'll come to me. So I was in rehab with this guy. And this guy was from Athens, Georgia, right? And he claimed that he lived with Michael Stipe. I believe he knew him. He claimed he lived with him, right? Not hard to believe if they lived in the same town, right? Michael Stipe from REM, he says he knew him. They lived together. So it's believable how wild this guy is. God, I can't think of his name. Anyway, so I'm in rehab with this guy, right? We're in class together, etc. Nothing above average, right? I get out of rehab a year later. I'm working at Kroger on Canton Road. And here comes this guy, right? He's got long hair. God, I can't believe I can't think of his name. He comes in, he shops. I see it's him. Was a few years older than me, right? So he tells me, he lives right next door. I said, sweet. So I go over his house, hang out, get weed, hang out, kick it, whatever. And now he's hooking me up. He's getting me beer. He lives in a house with two other guys, right? They all got long hair. They're hippies, partiers, right? These three guys that live in this house together. We're getting some mushrooms. We go over there. It's a place for me and my friend Donovan to chill. And this is what it was when I was 16, okay? Right? So, fast forward a couple months, a year, maybe two into the future, okay? I'm sitting there eating dinner with my parents. And there again, people are going to know because I've said this to a T before. First of all, we were never allowed to watch TV at dinner time, right? So it's not the norm to watch TV. The TV comes on, a couple times out of the year, maybe, right? It was, my parents always old school rules, all that. TV off, no phone calls. So we're sitting there, it's 5 o'clock, and we're eating dinner, but the TV's on. And guess what's on the TV? Billy. His name Billy. My buddy Billy from rehab, him and his two roommates are gone naked in a Braves game, right? Imagine now a Braves stadium. They start all the way up at the top. Him and his two buddies, butt naked, run all the way down the stands, all the way from the top now, all the way to the bottom to the field, jump on the field, or running around the field naked, and people chasing. This is on TV. They're bleeping out their private parts, but nevertheless, these are two guys I'm partying, hanging out with, going to the house damn near daily. Imagine that now. Imagine that. Seeing these guys, I've been partying and known this dude for several years now, and him and his buddies are butt naked, running around the street, the Braves game, get caught, all that, tripping on acid, etc. So right then and there again was no phone calls and there was no TV during dinner. So I'm seeing this on the 5 o'clock news. Ring, my phone rings. And guess who it is? It's my buddy Donovan. He used to go over there with me. We used to go over there and party and shit. He says, dude, and he said, you're not going to believe this. Yeah, I know. So he may be the only person on the planet that could vouch to that. So I'm going to work on him. So imagine that. Yeah. So that's one I think that's one for the ages. Yeah, my buddies from rehab streaked the Braves game. How many people could say that now? Yeah, I had forgotten that. Gem. That was definitely a gem, right? There was a couple other. I got some. Like I said, I have a lifetime. Maybe not that crazy, but fairly close. But that was the icing on the cake, though. Think about it. Streak the freaking Braves game. Those are gonna be hard to beat. So I got work to do. That's gonna be hard to beat. Give me a second to look at Facebook, because I'm all the time getting good shit on here. Okay, so here's Louis Lombardi. Here's my boy I'm talking about. Louis Lombardi. He's famous. He's a celebrity, a star, but he's a down-to-earth Joe Schmo. Sometimes I get some good ones that come across my feed. Some real good ones. You can call me cheesy. You can call me whatever you will. I don't care. I've made friends with kick-ass people. I made friends with Mickey Avalon. Damn, there goes my wife. Stay ADD.